Okay, so let's take a look here. In this new project, what we're going to be doing is working on making a portfolio that's actually a website so that you can post your favorite projects and share them with people and let people see the kind of work that you're doing. So this is how it's set up. I'm in my email right now, and I'm going to go up here and click on the Google Apps little icon. I heard someone call this the waffle. I've never thought of it that way, but it does look kind of like a waffle. So I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to go to Sites. Mine happens to be right here. You might have to scroll down a little bit to find it, but you'll see it. And then when you click on it, it allows you to make a really simple website. What's cool about it is that you can actually make as many as you like and save them all, and you can send them to people, and it's a great way to post images, and you can have websites about, you name it, anything you like. So there's example templates, they call them, right? And there's actually a ton of them. And you can pick one that you think, well, I kind of like this look. You know, I want my portfolio, for example, to have, a picture here and have some words below. Or I might want it to look more like this or like this. And you get to pick. And then you can customize it, right, to make it the way you want it to be. So here's the thing. I'm just going to go with a blank one, though, just to start from something that's completely from scratch. But you don't have to do it that way, right? So when I open a blank one, you're going to see that it's going to have, well, all sorts of different choices. And the thing that's neat about this is that you can completely change it, right? You can change everything about it. So it's a little bit like Google Slides, right? It's a little like Google Slides, only it ends up being a little mini website instead. So let's say we start with this blank one here, and you could give it a title if you want to, right? Like, you can put in here whatever you want it to say. Let's say I want it to say, I wouldn't just put something quite so simple as my portfolio, but I'll put that there for now. And then you can start thinking about, okay, how do I want this to look? What kind of a layout do I want, right? Do I want like a picture over here and words here? Or do I want to have maybe columns with pictures and text below? I mean, there's so many different choices. It's just a question of what you think looks best, right? So I'll take something kind of simple for right now. And I'll start looking at this. And of course, you would put a little text in here. Like when you're making a portfolio, you want to tell people, obviously, who you are and what kind of work is here. Like, this is my portfolio of Photoshop work. And I'm a multimedia student and so forth, whatever you want to write in there. But then you want to start putting in things to see, right? Images, essentially. Now, these are already set up so that you can just click on it and upload, right? You can upload an image. Now, in your case, most likely, if you're using the remote computer, you have everything in your drive, right? So you're not going to be uploading from your desktop because you can't save to the desktop when you're on the remote computer. So I'm going to go from drive, right? This makes it kind of easier. And then you're going to hook into your Google Drive, and I'm in my drive here. And I'll start looking through here and see, okay, I've probably made some kind of a folder where I'm keeping all of my images that I want to use, right? So here's a little folder, my new Photoshop work. And I can open that up and look and see, okay, what do I have in here? And let's say I say, okay, I'm going to take this picture and select this, right? And just go to Insert. And there, I've got that first image. And I can write a little something about, what it is, describe it. And then I might do another one. Let's do one more. I'll go here from Drive. And let's see, hopefully it'll remember where I was. No, it didn't, but that's okay. I'll go back into my folder here. And I'll pick another image, right? And insert it. So you can see that I'm starting to okay, I'm posting my images on this untitled website for now. So let's give it a name, and I'm going to call it Fry Work. You could call it whatever you want to do. And the thing that's kind of neat here is that you're not limited to one page. You can start working with just one page for now, and you could keep adding images. You don't have that much work to show yet, so you may want to do it that way. Later we'll get into how to add pages. Like you can have pages that are linked together. And that's kind of a fun way to do it. But for now, until you start to get a little more work, you don't really have to worry about that. So let's just say you've put like, 5 to 10 of your favorite images that you've made so far. And you say, hey, I think I'm pretty cool with this. I like the layout. I'm done. Then you get to the point where you're ready to publish it, right? So you click publish, and then this is going to give you basically some information about who can actually view your Google site, right? Like, I think at first it sets up so that it's just within Oakland Unified Schools. But you don't really have to do it that way. For example, let's say you're trying to get a job at Pixar or something. Well, you want them to be able to see, if you send them your link, you want them to be able to look at it, right? So you've got to go in here and change it and say, instead of it being restricted to only people here, you just say, hey, let's see, I'm going to go back here, let's see, and go to, click on this and say, anyone with the link, right? Anyone with the link. So that way, anyone outside OUSD can see it. So then I could go to done, and then I go to publish, right? And then what it does, then it's ready to basically be seen by anyone, right? You can click at view here, and you'll see now I'm actually on the website. And obviously this is just the beginnings of one. And then you can take this and you can copy, right, the address, and then you can email it to people, right? You can email it to people. And so that's basically the idea of how to get started, at least with Google Sites.